So Halo Infinite was supposed to be out by now, but it got delayed, and honestly that's probably for the best, but that did not stop the complete onslaught of Halo collectibles, merchandise, and just all those type of things that have been coming out. And obviously over the past few months I have done a bunch of videos on all the different Halo Infinite statues and figures and just things of that nature, but there still is so much stuff that some people don't even know is out. There hasn't been an official press release or anything about it, stuff's just popping up at stores, and there's just a ton of Halo Infinite collectible merchandise, collectibles, and whatnot. So in this video, what I want to do was just go through every single thing that we currently know about in order to try and give you guys kind of a checklist or this idea of stuff that you might be interested in that you don't even know if it's out yet or where it might be or the price or just anything about it. And so there will be a lot in this video that I will be talking about, and I will try to leave links in the description to everything that I possibly can that we talk about. Some of the stuff isn't officially released yet, there have just been some press pictures, and just we'll talk about each thing specifically, but stuff's kind of all over the place, nothing super consistent as it usually is with Halo stuff, but I will leave links in the description to everything I can if you guys want to try and grab it. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I am going to go through the Halo Jazzbar figures, hopefully for the last time in my life. I have done this so much in the past couple of months, especially earlier this year when they revealed it, just going through all these figures, but there was one more set that I know some people still don't know about that got revealed since I'd done my last videos, so I am going to go through and discuss that one along with a quick checklist of literally every single figure. Starting with these 6.5-inch figures in the Spartan collection that are $20, there's Master Chief, Cat, the red Mark 7 Spartan, and the white Mark 5B Spartan. For the 12-inch figures, which are $10, there is Master Chief, Tanaka, the red Mark 7 Spartan, and the UNSC Marine. And some people also don't know this, but there is a 12-inch figure 4-pack that is available, I believe only at Walmart, but this pack is only $20, which obviously, if you can do basic math, you're saving $20 because you're getting all 4 figures for only $20 as opposed to $40 with tax, obviously. That's a great value, and like I said, this has only been seen at Walmart, I believe, so if you guys want to go and try and get your hands on this and find it at a local store, and especially if you want these 12-inch figures, I would definitely recommend that is the best way to do it. And for the 3.75-inch figures that are $10, there's Master Chief, the Pilot, the Jackal Sniper, the UNSC Marine, the white Mark 7 Spartan, and the Brute Captain. Now moving on to the multi-packs, there are 2 types of multi-packs in this first series. There are the 2-pack multi-packs, which those 3 packs are going to be the Master Chief and the Brute Chieftain, the blue Mark 5B Spartan and Jaeger Rumnai, and the UNSC Marine and Grunt Conscript. Now for the 3-pack multi-packs, there are 2 of them. The first one is an Elite Warlord with 2 Grunt Conscripts, and the second one is a Master Chief with 2 UNSC Marines. Both of the 2-pack multi-packs are going to be $20, and both of the 3-pack multi-packs are going to be $30. And finally ending these, we're going to get the vehicle sets. The first one is a Master Chief with a Mongoose set, that is $20, the Master Chief with a Warthog, which is $30, and the brand new one that a lot of people still don't even know exists is the Elite Ultra with a Ghost, which is going to be $20. And for all the Jazzbar things, all of these, most of them have been released by now. For me, I've pretty much hadn't had any trouble really finding most of the 6.5-inch figures, 12-inch figures, and quarter-scale figures. The multi-packs, I was able to get my hands on all the 2-pack ones, but I still have not gotten my hands on any of the vehicle sets, especially those have been a little bit harder to find. And the 3-pack multi-packs, I don't think have even been seen in physical retailers yet. But I've already done videos on some of that stuff in the past, and more like descriptive stuff if you want to go look at those, and I will leave links, like I said, in the description to everything I can. But that is every single figure, I'm assuming, our final count for the first series of Jazzbar figures, so that's very exciting. And speaking of Jazzbar, if you guys remember at Toy Fair, we did get the look at all the cosplay items that they were going to be releasing. We haven't really heard much on a lot of those, especially that premium Master Chief helmet that was going to be $100. We just haven't seen anything of, but we did finally recently get some online pictures of the Energy Sword from Toy Fair that was priced at $25, and it looks a lot worse actually than the Toy Fair prototype that we saw, which is kind of to be expected. A lot of stuff changed from Toy Fair to when a lot of the actual stuff on Jazzbar was released, but this one still just isn't, I don't really like, especially seeing how cool the prototype one looked at Toy Fair. I'm not a huge fan of this, but we still don't really know anything official. It still hasn't been seen anywhere other than this one website, but this is assumingly what its final packaging and marketing stuff when it actually comes out is going to look like. Moving on to Funko. Obviously Funko is back making Halo stuff, and there are 6 Funko Pops for this first Halo Infinite line that are going to be ranging from about $8 to $12, kind of depending on your specific retailer, but most times obviously Funkos go for $10 normally. And those 6 Funkos, the first 3 are a Master Chief, a black Mark 7 Spartan, and then a blue and yellow Mark 7 Spartan. And it is worth noting for the blue and yellow Mark 7 Spartan, this is the only Funko Pop that is coming with an in-game digital code for Halo Infinite, and it will be coming with the Wicked Cool Toys armor coating, which we don't currently know what that looks like, but most likely I would assume it will look like the blue and yellow colors of the Funko Pop. There are 3 other Funko Pops that are actually going to be exclusives. The first one is a Best Buy exclusive Chief, which I think should be out right now, a Target exclusive Camo Chief, which also should be out by now depending on your local store, and the GameStop exclusive black and red Mark 7 Spartan, which I also was able to find in my local store, so should be out. And again, all the Funkos, I know some of the base ones you can get on Amazon that aren't exclusives. Again, these are pretty inconsistent right now, but definitely start checking your local Targets, your local GameStops, and you should be able to get your hands on some of these Funkos. And to end off Funko, we do have one more item, which is a Halo Infinite Master Chief Pop with pin set. We don't really know, this might be a Target exclusive, but for this set, it literally just comes with the normal Master Chief Pop and these 2 little pins, which are pretty cool. It's only $15. It's kind of neat. It's like a fun special edition kind of thing. It's a good price, and I have not seen this in stores yet, but it does say on my local Target website that it is available for delivery, so hopefully I will be able to get my hands on that sometime soon. But once again, same thing, I'll have the links in the description if you guys want to go look for this. Moving on, not much to say with this next one. It's the Dark Horse Halo Infinite statue. Obviously, this got revealed a couple months ago, and it actually, for me, has recently started like selling out, which is kind of worrying because I still haven't been able to get my hands on it just because I was trying to get all the Jazzbar stuff, and I figured I'd just get it around Christmas time, but hopefully I will still be able to grab that one. It is going to be $60. I've heard great things. It looks great, very good size, and from what I can tell so far, I definitely would recommend it. Now moving on to Domes, which is a Jazzwares company, and are these little, like, collectible little figures inside these plastic domes that got leaked months ago, and these actually have started releasing in the past couple days, and I actually was able to find some of these at my local Five Below, which currently seems to be the most likely place that you will be able to find these. And it's kind of sketchy right now, the certain info about which figures are actually included, like in this set and whatever. The online info seems to say, and maybe this will be official, that there are going to be 6 figures in the set and then 2 chase variants. However, when I got mine and I saw in the store, the back of the box only shows 5 figures, leaving out the Arbiter figure and the Jaeger figure. So we're not really sure. This does kind of seem to be up in the air right now, but it does also say that on GameStop's website they will be available, I believe, on the 8th of December or sometime in the next couple weeks. So once again, have a link, check it, keep checking on a daily basis, and maybe you will be able to order them. And for the price for these, it is kind of interesting because on GameStop's site it lists them for $5, but at Five Below each of them was only $4. So again, everything's up in the air on that, but just know if you do want to try and get your hands on these as quickly as possible and you have a Five Below near you, definitely go check them out. Moving on, let's talk about Figpin. Figpin is making Halo pins for Halo Infinite, and they are going to be making 4 pins. These 4 pins, the first one is number 78, which is a Sprinting Chief that is a Target exclusive and will be hitting stores early 2021 for probably around $20. The second pin is number 79, and it is a Sword Chief, which is a Figpin common and will be available at select major retailers for $15. The next one is number 80, which is the AR Chief, and is a limited edition pin that they said is only going to be around 3,000 units made of, and will also be available at select specialty retailers for $20. And the last one is number 81, which is this glow-in-the-dark Chief that I think is pretty neat, which is another limited edition pin only available for purchase on Figpin's website for $20. And yeah, I've never really been a huge collector of Figpins. I think they're cool, but they're really expensive, which is something I'll talk about in a sec. But they're currently, number 79, 80, and 81 are all available for purchase on Figpin's website right now. As far as I know, they're not sold out or anything. So if you guys want those, definitely try and go grab them. And like I said, the Target one will be coming out early next year. And I do think, like I said, these are cool. The price is $20 for a pin, especially when you can get a full 6.5-inch figure for that same price, it's kind of hard to justify. So I definitely understand people not being all over those. But still, I thought I'd let you guys know, more Halo merch. Next, let's talk about the Cable Guys controller holders. Obviously, we got that one last year that was just the Halo 4/5 version of Chief that I thought was pretty cool and that I was able to pick up, and I believe it went for around $25. And this year, we do have 2 new Halo Infinite ones that will be coming out, and actually, it's already started coming out. One is a normal Infinite Master Chief that looks great and is sold at many different retailers. Most people have had luck finding it at Target, so I definitely would check there first if you're looking for it. However, you may be able to snag it on Amazon or other sites if you get lucky, and that one will be $25. The second one is a Target exclusive, that is pretty much the same thing, except it has a different base with this really cool like light up Xbox logo that I think looks really neat. This one is a little bit more expensive at $30, and I have seen this one in person. I just haven't picked it up yet because I haven't had the money to, but I do think both of these are pretty cool. Obviously, if you're gonna get one, I would definitely say try and find the Target exclusive, and this is one I know that is working on Target's website, where if you try to look it up, it will actually tell you local stores near you that have it, and maybe you might be able to hold it. Alright, let's talk about this Halo Infinite Collector's Box, which is also something a bunch of people have no idea that exists, but is a little box that comes with a bunch of different Halo goodies, including iron-on patches, a mini helmet vinyl, a cap, a water bottle with utility pouch, and a tech decal. And this is pretty neat. It's not something I love. It's $25, so not a terrible price, but it's something where I kind of like the box more than the contents inside of it. I like the helmet vinyl, that's cool. Just not really my thing. I still may pick it up if I'd see it though, but it is showing in stock at some stores, although I still have not seen it in person, but I definitely know people have. Once again, leave a link if you guys want to look for this and are interested in all the stuff that comes in it. Be on the lookout. Moving back to Five Below for a sec, if you're there looking for the Domes figures, you might as well check out the Halo Infinite pillows and blankets that are there. Thought I'd throw this in there. Obviously they're $5. People say the pillows, from what I've heard, are pretty comfy, but the blankets obviously are terrible because they're from Five Below. But if you guys are there and you want Halo stuff, look for those, and also know that they are selling a Halo Infinite poster in their poster section, of course for $5, that I did pick up, and so far I'm pretty pleased with. It is weird, it's kind of the key art from last E3, it's not the current like cover art of the game, which is kind of weird. Still think it's cool though. I haven't bought any of the pillows, but I've seen them. Just thought I'd throw that out for you guys. Along with, if you're going to Walmart looking for any of these figures, know that they do have 2 Halo mugs from what I've seen at all my local Walmarts in their sections that are pretty neat. Not much to say, they're Halo mugs. And let's end on some news we've been covering for almost a complete year now since it was announced, I believe. Gaming Heads, they are still working on their Halo Infinite statue. Don't forget, someone recently asked them on Facebook, and their response to the status of it was saying it's being 3D printed, so nothing to report at this time. So yeah, I have no idea what's going on with this. I believe they said, if I'm remembering this correctly, around, like they said they were planning to reveal it around last E3, but they said due to the pandemic and stuff they weren't able to fully do that, and obviously E3 didn't end up happening, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I don't know if they decided to change what they were doing, but I wouldn't get too excited about this right now. I've just kind of forgotten about it, and then hopefully when we do see it I will be really excited, but I probably wouldn't bet on seeing the statue at least for a decent amount of time, but when we do finally see it, I have no doubt that it will be very, very exciting. So yeah guys, that is a lot of Halo Infinite stuff. Lots of stuff, lots of money you're going to be spending if you want to get a lot of this stuff, and it's weird seeing such a variety and just so much Halo content whenever I go places, seeing all the different ads, and this is stuff we've been asking for years. We've been asking for Halo content, all the way back from like 2014 where we only got the 2 McFarlane figures in that year, and then the past 4 years where there's been nothing. Mattel's distribution was terrible, the Mattel figures weren't very good themselves, and just everything was up in the air. And for us collectors fans, like in the Halo collecting community, it has been a very good couple of months, and Jazzbar is so much more transparent of a company than Mattel ever was, and they care. I know they've had their like quality control issues, but I think they're trying to do their best with it, and I have been pretty pleased so far. And I especially like that it's fun going out and looking for all this stuff again, since it's something we haven't seen for a good couple of years now. All that being said, this would all be great. It is great, but it'd be a little bit better if only the game were actually to launch with all this stuff to encourage the hype. Either way though, that's a topic for another time. Who knows what's actually going on with Halo Infinite. Hopefully we'll see it next spring. If not, next fall, I'm sure. Anyways, that is a bunch of stuff. I will, like I said for the last time, have links in the description to all of this stuff that I talked about. And I am very, very excited to get my hands on it. If you guys have found any of this stuff or you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them in the comments down below. And thank you all for watching. Majestic Gaming.